Winter Mayhem, a Crossout video by Dangerously Incompetent. The biannual Mayhem event is here. In the middle of Syndicate, we're still having Mayhem! It's been the same format as it has been previously, and you might want to see my old videos on how it used to be in the good old days, and maybe the odd bit of tactical advice. There are links in the description below for those videos. This winter, we got some new vehicles to play with. The Scout has changed since last Mayhem. Instead of having an autocannon, it now has the Whirl, which is an autocannon, but it had a long-range autocannon. Now it's got the Whirl, which is a medium-range autocannon, which is not so good. And the Whirl turns so very, very slowly. This traverse is terrible, and the Scout is fast and manoeuvrable, turning around, and you get yourself in a right position to shoot the enemy, and you're reticules on them, on target, press the fire button, and the world just shoots off into the distance because it's pointing somewhere else. It hasn't managed to traverse round to your reticule yet. It's just so painful. I hate it. It's rubbish. The Mortarman is quite good, and it's more or less the same vehicle as it was last time. It's got crickets, which does great damage if you hit people that are a long way away, because that's the cricket's perk. Close range, it's not so good because you've got twist and turn, and there are explosions, so you can get yourself with your own missile explosions off your own missile, but it's alright. The Tank Man is quite good. It has changed since last season. Instead of one turreted cannon, it is now got two of the 88s, which have limited traverse. And the recent track changes means it can go quite fast and turn quite fast. In fact, it turns so fast it's a bit twitchy, almost too much. And it also tends to bounce up and down a lot, especially with the recoil of those big old cannons, but still quite good. The Sniper is quite good now. It used to be absolutely terrible. It was the worst. It's got the Typhoon. You might have had the Tsunami last time, but now it's got the Typhoon because you see the sparky electrical effects on people who've been shot. And they can't turn their weapons, but most of the weapons in this battle are very limited traverse, so it's not a great perk, that. And he was on the 4 armoured tracks. It's so sluggish to turn, but now 6 small tracks with a new bus for tracks makes it fast and manoeuvrable, which is great. And it does do big damage, but it's got long reload. And unless you're really, really good at sniping, you want to shoot from the hip, because while you're looking down that scope, the enemy has come round to shoot you in the backside. More of that later. So the Sniper, quite good. The Arsonist is a replacement for the Cannoneer, and it's quite good if your teammates have the brains to shoot the red-hot vehicles, the red-hot enemies. Some of your teammates don't have that amount of mental acuity in the middle of a battle, which can be very, very frustrating. It's also got a minimum range, which means you can't hit someone who's right in front of you. Well, you wouldn't want to, because you'd be in your own fire puddle then. And the Incinerator is really quite a tricky weapon to use, but this is a good place to practice it. And I'd say the Arsonist is quite good. And it's my favourite. I find it the most fun, zooming around and dropping fire on people and running off and screaming as they start chasing you. Endless fun. All the vehicles, apart from the Scout, are armed with ammo count weapons, and they're all vulnerable to being shot in the backside, because that's where the ammo boxes are kept. And they're not well protected either, so if you can, shoot the enemy in the backside and avoid letting the enemy get behind you. The battles can be quite confusing because it's rare that you see the enemy marked on the map or marked with their name tags in your view, because there's no radar detectors, and most of the vehicles have no radars and no radios. The only exception is the Scout, which I think has a smaller radar, and it does have a radio, I think, because that seems to report when they're engaged with the enemy. You can see who the Scout is fighting. You see the dots on the mini-map and their names tags come up, but everyone else, if they're off in a distance, you can't see the enemy. You're not close enough for your vision to pick up the enemy, so you don't get their name tags and you don't get them marked on the map. So people have been pinging away for help, like me, because I'm engaged with the enemy and He's dogfighting me, but I can't hit him because I'm in the arsonist and I've got minimum range, and I desperately need help, and I'd really like it if you came along and helped me. But you look at the minimap and there's no enemy there. Why are you pinging for help for, you loony? This lack of intelligence does have a plus side, because if you want to evade the enemy, you just need to get behind a hill or a building or a ship. They're really fond of their ships in the landscape, aren't they? And as soon as you're behind that, the enemy can't see you, your marker disappears, you're off the minimap, and you tend to get ignored. I think someone else has bagged you, and then you can make your escape and then return for another attack run. But why play Winter Mayhem? We're in the middle of Syndicate. There's loads of new parts to be made and profit to be made crafting other stuff as well. And you need the scrap from your mission battles, you need your plastic from the raids. Oh, we haven't got time for Winter Mayhem. Well, don't worry. Every Winter Mayhem battle, you earn scrap, so you're not losing out from Syndicate here. And their leagues, rust to gold. That's how the matchmaker works in Mayhem. It's people around your league that you get up to play against, and their leagues run from rust to gold. And as you go up the leagues, you get rewards. You get stickers, you get banners, you get range decor, and at the pinnacle of your Winter Mayhem achievement, you get the Solduck decor part. Your progress through the leagues depends on how well you do in the Mayhem battles. If we look at this end plate for the Winter Mayhem battle, or our side won, I did okay. If you look at my score, 1300, and the highest score was just shy of 4000. I did okay. Well, mediocre, maybe a little bit bad. No, I did great, because it's not your score that pushes you through the leagues, it's your rating points. It's a column next to it where I scored 30. I scored the most in the match. I progressed through the leagues the most out of everybody who was in that battle. The total of your rating points earned for all your Mayhem battles determines the league you're in. To go up the leagues, increase your total rating points. But it costs rating points to go into a Mayhem battle. How much depends on the league. If it costs 0 points for a Rust League battle, it costs 20 points for a Gold League battle. If you do badly in the battle, your total can go down. Don't play Mayhem battles if your internet connection is playing up, and don't quit out if things are going badly. Stay to the end, earn as many points as you can, otherwise your total will go down. But the good news is, your rating points total will never drop below the entry total for the league you're in. That means you can only go up the leagues, you can never drop down them again. Your league progress is safe, no matter how badly you do. How rating points are earned is not well explained in the user interface. You need to go see the Mayhem news announcement for that, link in the description below. Or you can listen to my handy guide. When you make a kill, you earn 1, 2, 3 or 4 rating points depending on how many bases, 1, 0, 1, 2 or 3, are held by your team when you make the kill. The more bases you control, the more points you get per kill. So you want to capture bases. Every kill assist, that is, the enemy is being destroyed within 15 seconds of you doing damage to them, you get +1 point. It's always nice to help someone. For every base you help capture, every enemy subsequently destroyed, that's by you or your team or even by self-destruction, you get +1 rating point until that base is captured by the enemy. So if you help capture a base right at the start of the battle, and your team holds it all the way through the battle, that can earn you a stack load of rating points. And it's this third method that really drives your rating points up. So concentrate on capturing a base and holding it and then killing the enemy. I like Mayhem. It's something different, it's a bit of fun, and for going up leagues, whether your rating points gained or lost, it's primarily down to you, and it's not whether your team won or lost, it's not whether you got stuck with a team of numpties or a bunch of vodka-soaked Eastern Europeans. The vehicles are provided, so it's a fairly even competitive playing field. overall, Mayhem, Winter Mayhem, gets the Dangerously Incompetent thumbs up. You should go play it. If I've managed to persuade you to go try it, you want to play it now, not at the end of the event. At the end of the event, all the casual Mayhemers have stopped playing, and it's only the serious players who really know what they're doing, are really determined, are left in there, and the battles will be quite a bit harder. So play it now rather than later. That's it for this video. See you around.